So who we got on here today?
Thomas Mitchell.
Thomas Mitchell. Nice to meet you, mate. Tell me about yourself.
Yeah, man. So I'm a 22-year-old builder from New Zealand, down south, so in Dunedin. Basically, just do house builds, renovation work. I've been doing that for solid 5 years now.
Fuck yeah, man. I guess what sort of got you into building?
Um, I think it's always sort of been something I've always looked up to. Like, I think it was more, like at the end of, you finish, you complete something, and it's like, fuck, I did that. Like, it was, yeah, it was just a good feeling. And I guess that's with like everything I did. Like even at school, like woodwork, metalwork, you complete a wee project and it's quite fulfilling.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay. So I guess like obviously you got into building and then now you're closing full time. So what sort of if you enjoyed it, you had that fulfillment, and made you sort of switch over?
Yeah, I guess, getting through that apprenticeship, building it, like, don't get me wrong, I'd still like building. But I sort of had to think about like my future and, just myself, like, building's not going to get me to where I want to go in life and, working wages, especially working with people 20 plus years older than me and seeing that they don't really have much. Like, yeah, okay, they got a house, a jet ski, a few toys and that, but I guess that's not really something I'm trying to live to. I'm trying to, exceed that, excel, just do better than, the average person.
Okay, for sure, for sure. And so tell me, man, like obviously we're building, you had, realized it wasn't quite going to get you to where you wanted to be really. How'd that sort of process sort of go for you, like switching over and everything?
Mm.
Like how did you
Yeah,
even get into it, you know?
I get into building.
Or like even think about no, sorry, the online space. Like how'd you even think about like maybe this is what's going to get me to where I want to be?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one because, like, yeah, the building was good, man, but you'd see stuff on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You're getting these young guys that are somehow, just pulling bands out their pocket. It's like, how do they do that? Like, why can't everyone else be doing this? So I guess that sort of seeing that gauged my interest, and I was like, there's got to be a way.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I remember when I was out at FIFO, fucking little cunts just all over my For You page, fucking driving Lamborghinis and shit.
Yeah.
Fuck these little fuckers. But yeah, okay. So you started seeing that, engaged the interest, and then finally, like obviously got involved with ABC, into there. How long were you sort of thinking about like before you actually, jumped in and actually did it from like I guess seeing people to actually starting? How long was sort of that?
Initially, it was like, I'd see the people, not just people from ABC, but like just any sort of guy in general, making money online. I'd been really looking at it for like 6 months, and I guess those last 3 months really hit me hard, and I was like, fuck, like I just need to try something. So I'd say the 3 months ago was sort of really when I really started just looking into it, but was still a bit hesitant on it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I guess now that you actually have started and started with ABC, you finally decided to actually make a move with it. What have you
Hmm.
sort of done since then?
Yeah, I've done heaps. Well, it feels like I've done heaps. Like coming in, not knowing fucking anything about the online space. Yeah, I've done quite a bit. I feel as in, learned the appointment setting. I mean, it took me a little bit, took me quite a while to sort of grasp it and like how it all sort of worked. But I learned those skills. I got certified. Moved into sales. Started learning that. It took me like another good month to sort of get my head around that. And yeah, like got an SDR role from there, and now moved up to closing. So I feel like I've achieved quite a lot in the last 3 months I've been here.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like 3 months, that's a pretty massive achievement. Obviously, someone that like I remember when I first came into it, like fucking knew nothing about anything, only knew how to just fucking twist wires and shit. no,
Yeah.
nothing about this stuff. So like 3 months coming in from like nothing, landing, an SDR role, and then also now landing a closing role. And then I've also heard from a little bird on a tree that you may have closed a deal already.
Mm.
Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. I have closed the deal. Yep.
Yeah. So like in 3 months, it's a massive achievement. I guess for there's a lot of people that are probably watching this and they're thinking about getting started in this sort of stuff. I guess what would you sort of suggest to them or say to them?
I guess, everyone's probably going to say it, but like, life's too short just to sort of think about it. Like, yeah, I just fucking do it. Stop thinking about it. Like, there's no point thinking about it. Procrastination is just, it's going to kill you. You're going to keep thinking about it. 1 year goes by, 2 year goes by, 3 years goes by, and you're still stuck in the same spot, wishing that you were somewhere else.
For sure. For sure, man. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on, Tom. And I'll see you soon and look forward to seeing how you go in the next couple of months.
Cheers, Eden. Appreciate it.